So tonight I have a very specific message, and the message is meant to reach you if you are someone who refuses to submit, refuses to be held down by any person, by any situation, by any outside circumstances. Um, this message has been coming through the past few days, and it is specifically coming through the dark goddesses. So if you currently work with one of the dark goddesses, this may be another sign that this message is intended to reach you right now at this current place that you are in. So first, I want to just take a minute to pause and connect to the energy that is summoning me right now for this read and this channeling. I would like for you to also close your eyes if you are able to and willing to. We are calling in our higher selves. Please only take what resonates. You will know if this message is for you. This is a powerful one. So if this message is not meant to reach you, just click off and leave it for somebody who it is meant for, because it is certainly meant for quite a few people in the collective. I was shown a wide, vast group of people that this message is meant to find. So the dark goddesses coming through very clearly are the Morrigan, the goddess Hecate, and Lilith was in there a little bit, and also Kali. So if you work with any of those goddesses currently, yet another sign that this message is for you. So when we think about the dark goddesses, most of the people in our world, if you even mention the dark goddesses, it's kind of like they want to put their hands over their ears and they want to pretend that the dark goddesses don't even exist, right? And so they don't want to hear about them, they don't want to know anything about them. Even the word dark goddess creates this fear almost, and this demonizing of these powerful um these powerful archetypes, right? And these powerful forces. And in that fear and in that um demonizing and misunderstanding, right? People frequently misunderstand the goddesses. Um, I want you to think about your own life right now and all of the times that you've been misunderstood, the times that you were maybe demonized for your ideas, your belief systems, something that was outside of the norm or conventional operating system that we are conditioned to operate within. And I want you to see your strength of how you showed up anyway. So the message that is very clear and is coming through so strongly is there is a commonality among all the dark goddesses, and that is they are intensely passionate. If you research any of them, they are so intensely passionate and so intensely alive, right? So, what is it about you that is most alive right now? Is it the Kundalini, right? That feminine rising of the snake energy coiled up inside that's slowly starting to unravel and uncoil and come alive. And in a society that prizes conventional living and patterns and following a linear pathway and a linear operating system. I am here to let you know that if you work with the dark goddesses and you are fully alive within your body and within your soul, and your soul is here to fully express. If you are currently fully embodying, you are not going to be following a linear pattern of any kind, right? So look at the dark goddesses. For example, look at Hecate, just for example. She travels, she's in the liminal spaces, right? So she travels between the living and the dead. So does the Morrigan. The Morrigan is known for going to the battlefield, right, after a war and and going to the soldiers, right, that are dying and helping them to get to the other side. She's a war goddess, right? Known for her um she's not afraid to go into those dark spaces, right? Where most people wouldn't even dare to venture into. And that's another commonality among the goddesses. So, where is it in your own life that you are venturing into the shadows, right? That takes great strength. It takes perseverance. It takes a knowing of self. And I think the message that most profoundly needs to come through in this reading is this channeling, I should say, is don't expect people to understand your path. If you are fully fiery, right? If you've got a fire burning in your soul, a lot of people have stifled that burn. They've they've become complacent and they've learned how to lower themselves, right? And they've learned how to stunt their own self enough that they're going to fit in with everybody around them. It is what most people learn how to do so that they can acclimate to our society and become a functioning member of our society and a productive, quote unquote, good citizen, right? I am urging you to not do that. Instead, follow this calling of your soul. If you are here, I know that you are probably fully alive, right? When you are fully alive and you're experiencing all the emotions that come along with the human condition, allow those to pass through. They are not going to follow a logical, linear pathway. They are going to be just like Mother Nature herself, right? Why do we call the natural world? Why do we call Mother Nature the feminine? Why do we refer to her as Mother Nature? We refer to her as the mother of the natural world because you can see the flow, the fierceness. Mother Nature does not apologize. Mother Nature just is. And I am encouraging you, and the dark goddesses are encouraging you to not stop apologizing that you don't follow linear pathways, that you don't follow logical reasoning. Trust the inner knowing that you have the answers inside of you. No one can give those to you. And if people are trying to stop you and try to shrink you and make you behave in such a way to not experience your emotions fully as they arise, then keep going. Don't worry about that. Just keep going on your path and keep on keeping on. And know that when you are fully embodied and when there's a fire burning in your belly, that nobody can take you down. Nobody can take you onto the ground because you are going to fight and you're going to get back up and you're going to keep going. Know that that is primal life force. That is prana in its most embodied expression. And if you are lucky enough to be experiencing life in all of its glory, in all of its messiness, in all of its magnificence, be so grateful. And I know it's not an easy road to walk. It doesn't make sense to the mind, right? So that's the number one issue you're going to run into is there's a lot of logical people in our society. There, our society by and large is run by the mind, by the ego and by the mind. So you are going to be bucking trends. The goddesses, if you want to have um some direction, if you want to be reminded of your power and that primal feminine um uh like drive, right? That life force. If you want to be reminded of it, just go on and just go online and do some research on the dark goddesses, and they will help you to rise into your fullest expression. Do not ever let anyone cause you to submit. When you are pinned on the ground, fight. Use that solar plexus of yours. Use those chakra centers to to get out of the chokehold, right? That we are so frequently in our world. Get up out of the chokehold and keep going. Keep rising. Keep expressing. Keep fully embodying. So that is the message that was coming through. I hope it helps somebody out there. See you in the next video. Bye.